Check. All right. Hello, everybody, and welcome. This is Starship Adventures, and we're just going live here. We've got a severe weather event going on in Texas right now, and we've got 5 storm chasers currently chasing this. And I've got 4 of them up right now, and I'm going to keep an eye out for the 5th one as soon as I can get a feedback for him, and we will have that up here for you. But for right now, this is what we've got. I also have up the scanner feeds for Dickens County Sheriff, Fire EMS, and also Spur Fire. Those are in the direct path of this. We do have what looks like 2 merging storms along with a J-hook here. And a rather interesting situation. You can see the energy coming up from the southwest and also the storm transitioning from northwest to southeast. And they both seem to come together right there. So kind of an interesting little phenomenon there. So I figured I'd come on for a few minutes and let's see what's going to happen here. Again, we've got up the scanner feeds for this area as well. And you can see our 5 storm chasers there, 4 of which have the green circles, which let us know that they're on, and we can see them there on the right. And you can see there, the bottom one, they're all having cell issues, of course, because tornadoes happen in areas where there's just not a lot of cell coverage a lot of times, and that's just the way it is. All right, stay with us tonight because also we've got the SSTV up on another stream, so you can see live amateur radio people sending pictures back and forth over radio. It's pretty cool. And also the 7.2 on our sister station, Starship After Dark. You can go over and listen to the 7.2, which is kind of the darker side of ham radio. And we're going to be live here in about an hour for the for the Sanibel Loggerhead net. And we'll be transitioning into that coverage in a little less than an hour. But I just figured we would come on right now with this because this looks like an interesting situation developing here. This area is warned tonight that you know they knew this was possibly coming, but not a real high warning. So, not sure what this one maybe snuck up on them just a little bit here. But anyway, we're watching this. We are in Texas. Very specifically, here's the tornado warning we're watching, and this is a tornado warning in effect for 5:45 p.m. Central Daylight Time for northeastern Dickens, northwestern King, southeastern Motley, and southwestern Cottle counties in Texas. So if you're in those areas, watch out because it's right there. Now, there's been no signs of long track or large tornadoes, but we're watching. You can see our storm chasers there scanning the sky, and the radar, of course, telling us we might have a problem. So let's take a look at the radial velocity here, and you can see where they're a little concerned about this couplet here. There is definitely some spin in the atmosphere there, but it's not real defined. And so that's probably why we're not seeing it poking down out of the clouds yet. Again, if you came on tonight expecting the Sanibel Loggerhead net, it will be on at its regular time at 7:30 p.m. Eastern. So you can expect that here in about 55 minutes. Until then, we're going to be covering this. This is a tornado warning in north central Texas. You can see it kind of meandering off to the southeast there. Another storm chaser popped up here. He's on a different storm, but we'll get his shot up here. And it looks like our last storm chaser It's got his camera on now, so let's go ahead and see if I can get that last one up here. Yeah, that's the other one. That, and he just went down, so hopefully he'll come back up. Like I said, these guys are cell phone challenged out here, unfortunately. So anyway, I'm gonna put these here like this, and that way we can keep an eye on everybody at one time. There we go. Yeah, let me put it like this. All right, there we go. Yeah, and you can see there a little bit of a wall cloud going on there on that one on the left. He's on this other storm up here. That is going to be Nathan Moore, Storm Chaser IRL, and he is on a different storm. He's up here on one that they just issued a severe thunderstorm warning for, right near where he's at. The other 5 guys that you see on the screen are all clustered around this storm right here. Let me see if I can get us a better radar. That radar is really breaking up there. Let's see. Yep, there's our rotation. We've got these guys really close. So we might get to see this thing. So stay with us here. This is Starship Adventures, and we are live virtual storm chasing in north central Texas. You are listening to scanner feeds from Dickens County, Texas, Sheriff, Fire, and EMS. Also, Spur Police and Spur Fire. So we've got some scanner feeds up, and I will continue to get more of them up. 3 of the 4 counties here do not have scanner feeds broadcasted over the air. If you would like to broadcast a scanner, or there's one in your town that is not being broadcast, you can do it. Anyone can do it. It doesn't require any license at all. It doesn't require any money, and you get a free membership to Broadcastify, which is really cool because you get a lot of perks with that. And including archive audio for every scanner in the world, which I think is really cool. There's a big fire somewhere. You can literally go back and pull the scanner audio from a different town from 3 days ago. And that's a perk you do not get unless you pay or you send them audio. So I send them 4 feeds from my local town here. I send them 2 regional, a statewide, and 2 local feeds. And it works very well, and they're happy with it, and I'm happy with the membership. So if you'd like to check that out, just go to Broadcastify.com, Broadcastify.com. All right, and for radar tonight, as always, we're using Radar Omega. They did just issue a brand new severe thunderstorm warning that completely encompasses the current tornado warning. So they've severe thunderstorm warned the entire area around the tornado warning at this point. And you can see there our storm chasers all trying to get a good advantage on this one. I'm trying to see who's who here. It's hard for me to keep track of it. There we go. This is Storm Runner Media. Storm Runner Media. And he's getting a good shot of this here. Looks like a roof-mounted camera. And he's got a great shot of this one coming out. I don't see any specific lowerings yet, but that's definitely a mean-looking wall cloud right there with lots of swirling and twisting up in there. So, and there's even some different colors. It's beautiful. So there you go. People that have never been west of the Mississippi have no idea what it's like. It's very different. People grow up their whole life like 20 miles outside of New York or even in South Florida, and you don't realize.
Tornado warning remains in effect until 5:45 p.m. for northeastern Dickens County.
But you just don't realize how rural it is out there.
That it's going to be east of 15 miles per hour.
All right, guys, we will keep an eye on this. That is
Dickens, SO Dickens. All units, be advised, National Weather Service. Advises tornado warning remains in effect until 5:45 p.m. for northeastern Dickens County. Advises that it's moving east at 15 miles per hour.
15? I think it's moving faster than that, but okay. You can see all our storm chasers all moving around here. Let's switch back to, this is high-res velocity. That tells us the speed of the rain. Let's go back and look at the volume of the rain. And here we can see
101 clear.
very heavy rain or a debris ball, one or the other. More likely heavy rain because I don't really see a tornado anywhere. And something else, the amount of people chasing tornadoes goes up every day, and it's something I really want to do, and I'm still going to do it one day. But I got to tell you, I'm starting to see on these storm chases where there is literally like lines of cars chasing the same tornado. It's getting a little dangerous out there. Lots of blinking yellow lights, and so it just means we all just got to be a little more careful. I'm certainly not for any kind of regulation or anything for it. All right, so here we go. Moving now. And this damage threat on this severe thunderstorm warning has been moved up to considerable. And it's a radar indicated tornado with possible up to tennis ball size hail. Guys, that ruins your car, tennis ball size hail. I mean, just for the record. We don't get that kind of stuff here in Florida. Biggest hail I've ever seen here in Florida was dime size. It was 3 inches of it, though. Oh my God! That was the most ice I've ever seen in Florida. The hail literally accumulated. It didn't last long because it was pouring rain, but it literally accumulated. That was down here. That was back in the late 90s, east of here. I'm broadcasting live tonight from our studios here in Southwest Florida. We have a nice little studio here that we've built ourselves by hand, and it's behind our home. And inside this studio, we have about 6 different shooting angles. We have 3 different workstations, and we broadcast 4 different YouTube channels out of here. My wife's channel, Carlotta Alata. Also Scuffed Radio, my friend Joseph's channel. He does almost all amateur radio stuff, really good stuff over there. And at Starship After Dark, which is our other channel where we put on stuff over there that we're not monetizing because of language or some other reason that we don't want to put it here on this channel. So we put it over on that channel. I'm just being honest. That's what we're using it for. The people that get a little rough on there on some of the stuff that we're broadcasting, and so we just don't want to put that on our main channel. So that's Starship After Dark. So we do have 4 channels that broadcast out of our studios here, and it's a great little setup we have here. We've got our own antenna masts here, and we also have 4 Broadcastify feeds that come out of here. The Frog camera that my wife puts out is live 24/7 out of this studio as well, plus the 7.2, plus the MMSS TV feed that we have going out. And it all goes out over fiber optic, and we have plenty to spare. I got to tell you guys, fiber is amazing. If you ever get offered fiber, snatch their arm off, because it's better than any other form of internet tenfold, and you can usually get it cheaper. We cut our bill in half, and our speed went up times 10 download and times 50 upload. You could only imagine what that does for a little TV studio like ours. All right. We now we have tested this as much as broadcasting 7 or 8 different feeds out of here at one time. So it's amazing what you can do with the fiber optic. Yeah, it's really interesting. A lot of people don't understand when they say glass or fiber optic, it literally isn't a wire. It's a piece of glass. And it doesn't transmit electricity. It transmits light, invisible light. And the frequencies of light that go down the strands of glass, they stay individualized. And when they get to the other end, You can literally get so much more information out of a wire, a piece of glass the size of your cable wire from Comcast. They could transmit 10,000 times the data that you could transmit through broadband. It's almost crazy to look at the numbers and how small it has to be to actually transmit really, really, really large numbers. It's just amazing. All right, so we are monitoring this storm here as it comes across. We've got our all of our different storm chasers here. I'm looking for additional storm chasers or cameras out ahead of this thing, but there's not much else. This is what we've got. So we're just going to stay with this for a few more minutes. They have allowed the tornado warning to expire, and so that means this thing is winding down just a little bit. And there you go. There's still a couplet there, but not a very well defined one. You can see it's kind of choppy there. It does touch. There is definitely a couplet there, but not that impressive. I'm a little surprised they let that fall off, but they did. And yeah, his camera went down again. That's why we're seeing that over here, the spinner. But I'm just going to leave it on because it should come back up at some point. Also, anytime you see these colored squares, these are counties with electrical outages. In Collingsworth County, 253 customers without electricity. And you know, when they talk about customers without electricity, remember, they're not talking about people without electricity. They're talking about customers. Customers generally means 3 or 4 people. A customer is how many people are serviced by 1 meter. And it just, they don't count like 7 people in the house. They just count 1 customer, 1 meter. Same thing for businesses. They count 1 customer. Now, it may be the grocery store that services the whole town and it's completely down, but it still counts as 1 customer. So it's a little bit of a misnomer on that. When they say 1,000 customers, just know that that's 4,000 or 5,000 people sitting in the dark. All right, and here we go, 436 up here in, was that Pooler? Wheeler. Okay, and Armstrong County, we got 77 there without. So we've got a few electrical outages from a storm that went through there earlier. Let's take a zoom out and let's look. You can see the green contour lines and then inside the brown contour lines. This is a 2 and 3 out of 5, so this is not really that high of a risk tonight. I really had not planned on doing a lot of broadcasting tonight other than the net, which I'm going to be clearing here in just a few minutes to go and get set up and do. We do have the Loggerhead net tonight here on this channel, and if you tune into the Loggerhead net, you'll still get to see all the storm chasers. I'm going to keep all this stuff going down in one of the boxes. It's not full screen, but you will also still be able to see what's going on because I will continue to track the storms.
1748.
That's turned all the way up. I don't know why it's not very loud, guys. Okay, yeah, like I said, when in a few minutes, about 15 minutes or so, I'm going to go ahead and transition over to the Loggerhead net. I'm going to back out of this one and start up a new one.
1748.
All right. There's really not any cameras other than the ones I have. Even that lower left one's kind of out of it right now, but I'll just leave it up there. Yeah, like I said, this entire screen will be on the net screen coming up soon. Hey, Henry, what's up, buddy? Is that where we're at? Like I said, I wasn't even planning on going live. I saw there was a few scanners, and I saw we had a bunch of storm chasers, and Yeah, it was like a compulsion. I just did it. I've got an hour to kill here before the net, so I'm just going to go live and who knows what happens. We got 5 storm chasers lined up.
504, go ahead.
And the scanners you're listening to are Dickens County, which is where it is right now. Still a little bit of a couplet there. Let me switch back over to reflectivity. And this shows us the volume. And normally I would be looking at that as possibly a debris ball, but again, I don't think we've got anything on the ground right now. We're not even tornado warned at this point. So I think that's just either it's probably a hail signature. Probably it's the radar is seeing hail in the atmosphere, and that's probably what we're seeing there. We had some pretty good storms east of here earlier, but they moved east. So we heard the thunder and we got the cool. It cooled us down about 15 degrees because it sucked the energy out of the atmosphere. But we ended up not getting the rain, which we really need. About 2 weeks ago, before we had some rain move through here, we were in a 24-year drought here in Southwest Florida. That has been relieved a little bit at this point, but we're still waiting on the rain. Okay, I'm gonna go get ready for this net. I got a couple things to do here before we go live. I'm gonna be in passive mode here. I'm leaving the scanner on. I'm leaving everything going. I'm leaving the radar going. I'm gonna put it in motion for you guys, and I'm gonna leave all the storm chasers up. And like I said, in a few minutes, when we transition over to the loggerhead net coverage, a new stream will start up, but you'll still be able to see these storm chasers and everything in the corner of the screen. So. Wow. Yeah, that's a big old antenna right there, isn't it? Holy crap. It must be 1,000-footer. It's an old red and white. I kind of like the old red and white ones. I don't know why. A little nostalgic, I guess. Wow, that storm to the south is starting to pick up a little bit here as well. All right, guys, I'll be back in a few minutes.
advised, National Weather Service has extended the severe thunderstorm warning for northwestern Dickens County until 1830. Radar indicates 60-mile-per-hour winds and half-dollar size hail. SO clear, WPUQ 205.
D3 clear.
Dickens SOR units, we advise National Weather Service has extended the severe thunderstorm warning for northwestern Dickens County until 1830. Radar indicates 60-mile-per-hour winds and half-dollar size hail. SO clear, WPUQ 205.
101 clear. D3 clear. D1 Dickens, almost clear.
Receive.
101 clear.
Dickens SOR units, we advise National Weather Service has issued a severe thunderstorm warning for southern Dickens County until 7 p.m. Radar indicates 60-mile-per-hour winds, half-dollar size hail. SO clear, WPUQ 205.
D3 clear.
Dickens SOR units, we advise National Weather Service has issued a severe thunderstorm warning for southern Dickens County until 7 p.m. Radar indicates 60-mile-per-hour winds, half-dollar size hail. SO clear, WPUQ 205.
D3 clear. McAdoo 500.
McAdoo 500.
10-4 Dickens, be advised, all the McAdoo units are going to be back out at the station available for call. If you need us, holler at us.
Receive 1808.
Dickens, SO, McAdoo 500.
McAdoo 500.
10-4 Dickens, be advised, all the McAdoo units are going to be back out at the station available for call. If you need us, holler at us.
Receive 1808.
All right, guys, we're going to be switching over now to the Loggerhead Net. Thank you for joining us here on our continuing coverage of the storms in Texas. We are going to continue to have this on the feed. I need to shut this down and start up a new feed for the Loggerhead Net, which is an amateur radio net, but this will still be on the screen. It'll just be a little bit smaller, but I will still have it on the screen. So come back to our